My name is Misha. I'm from Jamaica. It is 2:34. Yeah. And today I'm just gonna do some math tutorials based on my brother's worksheet. Yeah, just helping out the cause because he doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, please forgive me. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done math in years, so hopefully I make sense. Okay, so the first problem we have of the worksheet is f of x is equal to the absolute value of x divided by x. Now the absolute value of x is really what it's saying is that it needs the positive value of x, if that makes sense. It's really how far along on the number line that value is. But let's not confuse ourselves for now. Just remember that when you see these two lines around a number or a letter, it means the absolute value, it wants the positive value. So with that, we're going to proceed. Alright, so the equation we had originally is the absolute value of x over x. And we're dealing with functions. So we have f of 2, and hopefully you'll remember what that is. Dust off the cobwebs off your head. So we're going to put 2 wherever we see x. So we're going to have 2, absolute value of 2 divided by 2. And as I said before, well, since this is a positive 2, the positive value of 2 would be 2. So positive 2 divided by 2 would give you a positive 1. Okay, so this time we have f of negative 2. And as I said before, we're going to put it into this equation. So we get negative 2, we're going to get the absolute value of negative 2 divided by negative 2 down here because we had substituted negative 2 for where the x's are. So the absolute value of negative 2 is going to give you a positive 2. And we have back the negative 2 down here. And 2 divided by negative 2 gives you a negative 1. Yay! Hi! Again. So this time we have x squared. So we're going to do like we did before, and we're just going to substitute x squared where we see the x's on this side. So we have x squared, we'll get the absolute value, divided by x squared. And since this is positive, this is also positive. X squared divided by a positive x squared gives you 1. Okay, this last problem we have x minus 1. I did the calculations, but I'm not 100% certain on my calculations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to consult with people smarter than myself, and then I'm going to do the problem another time. Okay, I skipped out question 2 because it was stupid. No, I'm kidding. Again, I have to consult people smarter than myself. So the next question we have is a worded problem, and it says the profit function for selling n items is given by the equation p of n is equal to negative n squared plus 500n minus 61,500. And it's asking us to compute the profit from selling 230 and 260 items. So first we're going to work out the 230 items. So this is like simple plug and chug. We're going to put 230 squared because 230 is n. So when we see n in the equation, we just put it there. Plus 500 multiplied by 230 minus 61,500. This comes to a total of 52,900 plus, when you multiply these, this number 115,000 minus 161,500, and we get a total of 114,400. I hope everybody can see it. If not, I'll put it up on the screen later. Okay, so the next part of the question is asking us to find the profit from 260 items. So we're just going to do as we did before, where we see n, we put 260. So we have negative 260, we square it, like here, plus 500 multiplied by 260 minus 61,500. I kind of skipped out a bit of math, I don't want to bore you guys. So when you square this, you get 67,600. Multiply that minus that, blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, very professional. You get a grand total of 129,000. Yeah, for the total. If you don't understand, just hit me up and I'll explain. Okay, number 4 is another worded problem. So it's saying, suppose a factor determines that the fixed overhead of producing a quantity of a certain item is $500 and the variable cost for each item is $25. Express the total expenses as a function of the number of items produced and compute the expenses for producing 12, 50, and 75 items. So the first thing we hear, it says that the fixed cost for producing an item is $500. So we'll put that down, 500. Then we read a little further and it says the variable cost for each item is $25. So what that's saying is for every item produced, you have to multiply by 25. So we can say that the fixed cost is 25 multiplied by X. So if you're producing 2 items, you multiply 2 by 25. So this is the fixed cost, and 25x would be the variable cost. Because, when you multiply, it's going to change or vary. Oh, okay, sorry, didn't mean to be stupid. Okay, so we have the function for the total cost. So total cost is the fixed cost plus the variable cost. So total cost equals 500 plus 25x. So this is the function for the cost. But it doesn't stop there. It's asking, to find the total cost for producing a certain amount of items. So if you're producing, it's asking for the cost for producing 12 items. So let's put this back up here so y'all can see. TC is total cost. Don't want to lose anybody. So put back our fixed cost plus 25, and we're trying to figure out how much expenses we would have for producing 12 items. So in this case, X would be equal to 12. X being items. So put 12 here equals, and after like math and stuff, we get 800, which I would assume would be in dollars because we're talking about cost. So then they want us to find what the expense would be for producing 50 items. So again, we do the same thing, but this time X is 50. So we have 500 plus 25 times 50. And again, math, you multiply this, add it by that, and we get 1,750. I'm assuming dollars again because it's money. And finally, we are asked to calculate for 75 items. So again, 500 plus 25 multiplied by 75 items would give us a total of 2,375. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. You can catch me on Twitter if you have any questions. Twitter. If you have any questions, this is my hashtag name, whatever. This is my at Twitter. So if you have any questions, just hit me up. Also, you can hit my brother up at what's your stuff?
Mark first.
At Twitter. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to solve them as quickly as I can. I'm not God. I wish. Wish I was Thor.